Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL postseason Gold Series action underway here tonight. Games 1 through 4 are a guarantee, and Game 5 will be simulated in this video if it's a 2-2 series tie. We got quite the matchup, everybody. The OKC Cyclones against the Richmond Good Boys, and we know their stories by now. We've talked about it at length. Richmond has been here 4 straight times. They have yet to win a championship in this series. They've done it before, way back when, in 2006, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time, and of course for Oklahoma City, they haven't won one in franchise history yet. So we got a bunch of firsts happening here in Season 4's Gold Series. Let's get it underway. We got the bottom of the first inning here with Scott Gonzalez up. That's a little ground ball here to Slater. He's going to throw over to first base to get the first out after a Kingston Mondesir walk, and he also is trying to steal second. He does steal third base, so on the ground ball he got a little bit of a head start there, but now he steals third. He's in scoring position on a fly ball, and Ricky Hoberman does just that. The NL MVP drives this one out to left field. That ball is gone right off of the Dalton Jet retiree sign out there, retiring his number 11. I don't know if that's a little code from Ricky Hoberman hitting a 2-run home run on a lot of his players on this Oklahoma City team. Han Berger, Braden Leroy, Simeon Karev. Yeah, maybe that was a little shot at the bow, shot across the bow. I don't know. We'll find out here. Bottom third inning, 2-2 pitch, and Gonzalez strikes out. So Slater's kind of settling it down here. Brady Erker steps up. That's a drive out to left field. Quevedo is there. Going to make the catch, the first out here in the top of the 4th inning. Brandon Catfish steps up, and he's going to fly out there to center field. James Monroe pitching very, very well against a pretty tough OKC lineup. Simeon Karev popped up into the outfield. Kingston got speed. He's quick. He gets the final out of the 4th. Well, let's go ahead and jump over here to the top of the 5th inning. And Braden Leroy pops it up foul. That'll be the first out of the 5th. James Monroe still has a no-no intact, but a 3-1 pitch here to Han Berger. He got it right down the middle, and he can't really throw that to Han Berger. He loves pitches right down the middle, man. He will destroy you if you throw it there. So first base hit given up here for James Monroe, and then we got a stolen base attempt by Han Berger. He's in there. Chris Addison, normally he's got a really, really good arm, good gun, but he can't get the big speedy Han Berger. Now take a look at Ricky Hoberman. The old man has still got a little bit of juice in those legs. Gotta love that, man. Take one more look there at Mr. Hoberman here. You know, right out of the gate, you can see that he's a little slow with those knees, those old knees. But, man, got the ball off just in time. Clayton on the live stream before, guys, he was out on one of these plays where it was a bang-bang play, and that one, Hoberman got him. So a little bit of justice has been served, I think. Gustavo Caballero comes in for Connor Slater here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Brady Dunn goes down on strikes. That is out number 1 of the 5th inning. Full count pitch here, just missed. Mondesir with 2 strikes had a good enough eye to take that pitch. Next batter up, 3-1 pitch to Scott Gonzalez. Gonzo, 2-run home run into the drink. It'll be good for a 4-0 lead for the Good Boys. That's a way to do it. Extend that lead out there, Scotty. Love that. Let's jump here again to the bottom of the 5th inning with now 2 outs. And KAJ goes deep. He wants some of that pool action out there, that water fountain. His 3rd home run of the postseason. It is 5-0. Good Boys. And we'll take one more look at that KAJ sweet left-handed swing. And again, just a little breaking pitch that did not get to where he wanted it. KJ did the job. James Monroe still out there, top of the 6th. Brady Erker grounds out into a double play. And James Monroe still only 1 hit given up against him to this point. Quevedo is going to draw a walk here. Mark LaPierre now in relief in the bottom of the 6th inning. And then Connor Altman says, I want a piece of that action too. Man, these balls are getting wet. That's what... 7-0. Good Boys. And guys, that will do it for the ball game. Richmond 7-0 victory here for game number 1. It was a very complete game. It was a complete game. Good pitching, Monroe, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Didn't have the K ball working very well. But Good Boys had the long ball working well on the offensive side. So 7 hits, 7 runs, and we just completely shut them down. OKC just really didn't have an answer for our pitching, and they just could not get anything going offensively. They couldn't even stop our offense as well. So it was all Richmond all the way. Berger had a double. That wasn't shown, but you did see all of the home runs. Gonzalez, Holberman, KJ, and Altman with the home runs. So game 2, as you know, that does get simulated no matter what the result of game number 1 was. And now the Good Boys have staked out to a 2-0 series lead. I love to see it. It's a 6-2 final score. Braden Leroy got in with a stolen base, and Carson Silva got a little bit lit up. 3 2/3 innings pitched, and just a lot of runs scored against him there in the 3rd inning. Oklahoma City actually had the lead 2-0 going into the bottom of the 3rd, but Richmond tacked on the 4 runs, and we never really looked back. So Jonathan Piazza also had a really good game there. So now we go to Oklahoma City, where they still have the Twisters. That used to be their old name before, of course, the GGBL was formed back in 2004. So the Twisters were acquired and joined the GGBL, and then since they changed their name. So a little bit of lore for you guys out there. Let's get into game number 3, as we got Willie Escobedo. He's been pretty good in this postseason, so I like the odds for OKC to come back. However, Scotty G says he's got other plans. That's the 2nd home run for Gonzalez here in the postseason, both of which have come in the Gold Series. So the Richmond Good Boys have a 1-0 lead here, still the top of the 1st. Holberman comes up as the 3-hole hitter, gets a line drive knock. Now it's up to KJ. He swings through the cut fastball. That is 2nd strikeout for Escobedo. Next batter up is Ryan Berger. We've already got through halfway through our lineup, all the way to the number 5-hole hitter, and Berger grounds out. So now I had a decision to make. Do I like Cesar Silva to go in this game, or do I like Rich Norman to go in this game? Ultimately decided to go with Cesar Silva, and maybe, potentially, I made the wrong call. Silva gives up the solo shot to Brandon Catfish. Silva did have a strikeout on the leadoff hitter, and he could not quite finish off Brandon Catfish, as he's now got his 2nd home run of the postseason. Line drive right past KJ. I'm not sure what he was looking at. Leroy hit it right to him, and KJ completely whiffed at the line drive. Braden Leroy in with a 2-out double, and already Richmond is feeling the pressure now as the Cyclones have their backs against the wall at this point. Down 2-0. They really need to get going, and it's a good thing that they've got a response, right? 1-1 game. Let's go top 2. Chris Addison goes just foul, just a couple feet, and then just a couple pitches later, Addison goes the other way for a home run. This one will stay fair. So Richmond is busting out the long ball here in this series. Addison's got 2 bombs this postseason. There you go. So Richmond regaining the lead back, 2-1. Let's go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Does it seem like back and forth we go? Kingston Mondesser might have jumped a little bit too early, and that's another home run, a solo shot for the Cyclones. 4th home run of the postseason for Berger, and you can just see just how close that it was, but I think if he had jumped a little bit later, probably would have had a nice defensive play. Speaking of nice defensive plays, Ricky Holberman, man. I mean, what is this guy up to, man? He wins the NL MVP. He's like 35, 36 years old. How is he still doing this? He's just a baller. He's just a good player, man. Quevedo makes the play out there in left field, so some nice defense there by Richmond there in that inning. Let's go now to the top of the 4th. Quevedo strikes out. Escobedo is continuing to pitch very well up to this point. So let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-2 pitch. Leroy drives another base hit. He does not go for 2. Kind of a short distance there. Probably not worth it. But we do get a strikeout here. Kevin Dixon swings right through that slurve. Silva kind of settling down just a tad until Berger steps up with his 2nd base hit of the ball game. And with 1 down, it's kind of a crucial spot here. Henry Cozart, we know he loves to hit in clutch opportunities, clutch moments, but Mondesser will make the catch. We'll see if they tag the runner from 2nd to 3rd, and they will not. So probably a good decision there. You never want to make the last out at third base. However, Ken Jordan's got a full count here, and Silva works out of a little mini jam, keeping us in it. So it's just as much pressure as on OKC to win a game here in this series, make it 2-1. Richmond feels the pressure here too. They really want to go up 3-0 and allow no room for a comeback. We got a 2-2 pitch here to Scott Gonzalez. That's a base knock here. Escobedo giving up a couple base hits in this inning, and now we got bases juiced for Ricky Holberman, the NL MVP. Whatever you do, do not ground out into a double play. You've got Mark LaPierre right here, man. 8 2/3 with a 6.2 ERA, and he's given up 368 of a batting average against right-handers. Ricky, he offers at the 60-mile-an-hour knuckleball, and he grounds out into a double play. Holby, come on, man. All you need's a fly ball. That's it. You score a run. You break the tie. However, Holberman does not clutch up, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning as Gio Macbeth comes on and gives up a deep drive to Catfish. Throw does come on in, and they will tag the runner from second to third, and now they're 90 feet closer. So now it's up to Macbeth to shut down Simeon Karev, and that's a base hit in the Tony Gwynn hole, the 5.5 hole as he liked to call it. And now Oklahoma City is up 3-2, and at home, I think they might have this one, pending a big knock from Richmond, a big response. Connor Altman, deep drive, over the wall. Solo shot to tie the ball game. Connor Altman, 406 on the distance, and finally, the good boys get to Mark LaPierre. He'd been pitching pretty good, surprisingly. Top of the 8th, 2-2 pitch. Scott Gonzalez, can he deliver a big hit? Brady Erker misses the ball. That's a leadoff double here for Richmond. So a tie ball game. That is a clutch knock there, and we're hoping that Ricky Holberman's got a little response from that double play ball, but he does not. Another ground ball, and the MVP does not come through. His counterpart, KAJ, last year's MVP, he doesn't come through. Next batter, Ryan Berner, 3-2 pitch, and he swings through the palm ball. Richmond gets shut down after a leadoff double, and they couldn't make Brady Erker pay for the misplay out there in left field. And now it is up to Jose Navarre in the bottom of the 8th to shut this thing down. Little ground ball here. Navarre's got a foot race with Berger, but Hahn makes it there safely. You'd think that Navarre would be a little bit faster than Mr. Hahn Berger, but man, he's quick for a big guy, as we know. And he's going for 2, another stolen base. And Addison has yet to nab Hahn Berger in the stolen base department here. Little pop-up there. Actually, he was headed for third. Berger was headed for third base. Wow. So Jordan flies out to center field, and now, with quick counts on, this is a little goofy to me, but I guess it maybe makes sense. It's a 2-1 count, and maybe they don't want to mess with Clayton there, so they can get a force out at third, second, or even first. But you do get Brady Erker up, and he delivers a base hit to give the Cyclones the lead. 4-3 ball game. And Richmond finds themselves in a tough spot here. They're going to call on Mark Cullen to try to shut this little mini threat down before it gets too big. So that we do get Catfish to strike out. And now it's up to the good boys to come up with one more response, one more run. Can they do it against Brian David? He has been automatic in this postseason. Still 4-3 game after a strikeout on Chris Addison, but he does walk Julian Cavedo. And that's going to send up Connor Altman, who's already got a home run here in this game. Deep drive to center field. Brandon Catfish is going back, looking up. He does make the catch. A running grab near the warning track. What a play out there in center field. Altman did give it a ride. 1-1 pitch here to the 9-hole hitter, Brady Dunn. Little ground ball to Leroy. He will make the throw to first base, and the Cyclones will get a game number 3 victory to bring themselves back in the series. Richmond, we fought hard in this game. They pitched well. Escobedo did his job. The bullpen came in, did their job, especially LaPierre, who got the win here today, only giving up the 1 earned run in 3 2/3. So that is a big outing for Mark LaPierre. That's got to definitely help his confidence. But Gonzo, 3 for 4, was really the the offense for us. Yes, Addison had a homer. Yes, Altman had a home run, but Gonzalez basically did everything. He had a double. He had a solo shot. And our pitching was decent. But our offense just did not show up as we did in game number 1. And game 2, if you want to count the sim. So here we are, again, back here in Oklahoma City for the game number 4. And we're up 2-1. And we actually have a rematch today. Both of these pitchers are not 100% healthy. So between game number 1, game 2 they had off, and 3 they had off, and now entering game 4, they're on 3 days rest, guys, because there was an off day for both teams in the schedule. So they're on 3 days rest. So they're ready to go. Of course, James Monroe trying to get Richmond up 3-1. They should have done it in the game before, getting to 3-0. And of course, Slater's just trying to carry that momentum into this game to tie the series up 2-2. So through 3, it is still a tie ball game here. And of course, Scott Gonzalez still swinging a good bat, swinging a hot stick. Almost hit that one out, but Karev, they're at the warning track going to make that catch. Top of the 5th inning, still a 0-0 ball game here. Man on first base. And Brady Dunn delivers a base knock off of Connor Slater. And now they're going to get Kingston Mondester in a 3-1 count, and he draws a walk. So now bases are loaded with Scott Gonzalez coming up, and that's going to be it for Connor Slater's day. And not really surprising given the fact that these pitchers are on 3 days rest. So kudos, tip of the cap there for Connor Slater to come out and be a warrior and give his team a chance in this game. So it's up to Gustavo Caballero. 2-2 pitch, and no, Scotty pops it up, foul, and Henry Cozart is there to make the catch. And a bases-loaded opportunity for Richmond goes to the wayside. So Caballero comes through, gets the job done. James Monroe still has only given up 1 hit to OKC to this point. However, that's going to be broken up thanks to the 2-run shot by Henry Cozart. Wow. Oklahoma City with the clutch swing from their catcher, making this a 2-0 ball game. Bottom 6th we go. Hoyt Gale in relief, and Simeon Karev delivers another RBI for the OKC Cyclones. He gets into second base, sliding aggressively. It's 3-0, guys. And top of the 8th, KJ comes up and delivers a clutch shot there for the good boys. It is 3-1. They're trying to claw themselves back into the game. This is 4th home run of the postseason. KJ knows what's up. He's like, this game is not over. You know, there's no reason to get super excited about this one. We're losing, guys. We got to pick it up, man. We got to pick it up. Ricky Holderman, by the way, has not done jack in this ball game. So, of course, KJ is starting to feel like the pressure's on him to get it going. Top of the 9th here, Brian David yet again is out there to try to shut this thing down for OKC. He's already got 1 out. Altman gets a double. Brady Dunn, fly ball to center fielder. That's Catfish, makes the catch. And again, no tag by Altman there at second base. Richmond's down to their final out of the game. Can OKC get it done and tie the series up? We got a little looper out there to shortstop. And yes, they can. The Cyclones get a win here in game number 4. The series is now tied, guys. And I'm a little nervous now because it's got to go to simulation. It's a 2-2 series tie, and it's going to be up to the CPU depending on the pitching matchup. And that's what worries me. I got a couple options I can think about to start for Game 5, but I'm a little nervous about them. They're not Alexei Shevchuks of the world, you know, for Richmond. So I'm a little nervous, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys that are rooting for OKC are nervous as well, because I've got to choose from Rich Norman, Darren Kern, who not optimal for me, or I go with Piazza on a couple days rest. So this is just going to be your matchup, guys. Rich Norman against Alex Cedeno, and in sim, Rich Norman was the right call. Alex Cedeno was not the right call. And honestly, for OKC, there was nothing else to really choose from. Johnny Hammer, we saw his ERA. It's awful. Cedeno is probably the next best guy, but look at what Rich Norman did in this game. He went 9 innings. So what he did in this game to break the tie, he gave our bullpen a much-needed rest to go into game number 6 to try to win this dang thing. But Cedeno gave up 5 runs, guys. So that was obviously not very good. So for game number 6 in live stream, we've got a couple options here. I think it's going to be Piazza for the good boys. No question about it. And if he loses, then we have James Monroe to start game number 7. And then on the other side for the Cyclones, you could go with 3 different options. You guys have the upper hand here, I believe. You can go Slater in game 7. You can go Escobedo or Sova for game 6. And I think probably the smart move is going with Carson Sova for this game against Piazza. But I'm anxious to hear your thoughts and ideas, guys. Leave them in the comments section below. Anxious about this game. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, Saturday night, for the live stream for game number 6 of this Gold Series. And if necessary, we will do game number 7 as well. And, if push comes to shove, I still scheduled this for Sunday as well. So maybe we'll do game 6 Saturday, game 7 on Sunday, if it gets just way too long of a night. Because there is a possibility that these two teams duke it out in extra innings, right? It could get to be a very, very long night at that stage. So, guys, leave a like if you like this thing. Hope you enjoyed the games here for Season 4's Gold Series. I will catch you guys tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for Game 6 and Game 7 if necessary. So I'll see you guys then. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.